Romance, a genre in film that a majority of people love. You get different types of romance like comedy or drama, some good, some is just bad. Especially today, romance movies are just not what it used to be. The rom-coms aren't as funny, the dramas are bad and dumb. Me personally, I hate love with a passion, but I also love. I don't know if that makes sense for anyone, but yeah. But it makes sense. Trust me. Romance isn't actually my go-to genre in film, but from time to time I will be interested in watching some and just giving it a chance. But it also depends on who's in the movie. Like for me personally, Kate Hudson is just boring. I really don't like her except for maybe Mother's Day or Glass Onion. She's still boring in those movies though. But there's a good number of romance or rom-coms that I really like. Now I'm gonna list them and it's a lot, so I won't go too much into detail with them. I'll just do my top 10 and then I'll list the rest of them at the end of the video. This is my list. This isn't the greatest of all time. These are just my favorites. And some of them, by the way, aren't actually mainly romance movies. Some of you will be like, oh, that's not a romance movie. But yeah, it's just some that have romance qualities in them. You'll be surprised by them, but I consider them romance movies. So, number 10, Crazy Stupid Love. Steve Carell, Ryan Gosling, and Emma Stone. What more could you ask for? Big individuals, and Joey King is in the movie, so it has good comedic timing. You get invested into the story and the relationships, and the twist at the end was unexpected but perfect. One of the best rom-coms I've ever seen. It kept me locked in, entertained, and it made me laugh. Number 9, Intergalactic. Not just an excellent romance movie, but also visually pleasing. The difference in colors, in the background, with the visuals, with the music just fits so well. They do a good job giving the right vibe that they want to give you. The movie makes me feel like I've experienced the scenario before. Makes me want to experience it. It makes me want to experience that exact emotion. The voice cast is stacked. There are big names like Kid Cudi, Ty Dolla $ign, Timothée Chalamet. A good plot, and it's rare that you get romance movies or animated romance movies that are similar to this. If you haven't seen it, you should. ASAP. Number 8, Revolutionary Road. One of the best romance dramas I've ever seen. The chemistry between DiCaprio and Kate Winslet is unmatched. The ending is crazy. Realistic, but I don't want to spoil it for you. The dialogue between the main characters are always hot and cold. You think they're good, but then they're not. It shows the negatives of both sides, like both of them are limiting the potential of their relationship. And the standout scene, the performance DiCaprio gives is just chef's kiss. I mean, it's DiCaprio. He's the GOAT. Very emotional and dramatic. If you like romance drama, I would recommend this. Number 7, Amazing Spider-Man 2. I know I said DiCaprio and Winslet's chemistry is unmatched, but so is Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone's. And I know I said there are certain movies that aren't primarily romance, but this movie has romance qualities in them. I know it's a superhero movie, but the chemistry between Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield, it's just so good. A lot of romantic interactions within the movie. The relationship has so much issues. Peter wants her to be safe. He wants to be with her but doesn't want to put her life in danger. The scene before it goes through Times Square is just so heartfelt and it's performed so well. She finds out he's been following her just so that he makes sure that she's safe, and he says, it's the closest thing I can get to still being with you. Then she tells him she's moving to England for school, but he chooses to go with her. A beautiful scene on the bridge. Then Electro and Green Goblin appears, and then we get this emotional scene.
No, please, please.
Yeah. Moving on. Number 6, The Vow. I've probably seen this movie about 4-5 times, and it still hits to this day. Channing Tatum and Rachel McAdams had great chemistry, and what made this movie so much better is that it was based on a true story. So she loses her memory, she forgets that she's married, she only has amnesia. Every memory she has with Channing Tatum's character, gone. But what he does is genius. He makes her fall in love with him again by going on a first date and experiencing the same thing over. And it's so amazing because in real life, the real couple, they are still married and they have children. And she never regained a memory. She just fell in love with him again. That is so beautiful. Why can't that happen to me? The romantic moments in this movie is heartfelt and were portrayed so naturally. It's really an underrated movie. It doesn't get talked about enough. Number 5. What's Eating Gilbert Grape? Now this is not mainly a romance, but just hear me out. If you are willing to watch this movie, watch it alone and have a box of tissues nearby. I can talk about DiCaprio's performance, I can talk about the plot, the emotion and all that, but the two main love interests made me wanna fall in love. Every scene between Gilbert, Grape and Becky is natural and heartfelt. From when they first see each other till the first kiss. I just wanna love like this, man. Moving on. Number 4. Shrek. Classic animated film and franchise in general. But the romance between Shrek and Fiona is so palpable. It's like a perfect fairy tale romance story. They go from enemies to friends to lovers. The scene by the fire where they eat the rats just shows the chemistry between them. The final scene in the church is just Shrekcellence. Shrek is love. Shrek is life. Number 3. Shrek 2. I know the first Shrek is good, but it doesn't beat the sequel. Arguably the best animated sequel and definitely one of the best sequels overall. This lives rent-free in everyone's mind. The comedy, the music, the characters, the voice acting. But the storyline is perfection. Prince Charming, the fairy godmother, the whole Shrek and Fiona turning human. Donkey turns into a stallion. Fiona's father is very racist towards Shrek. What I like about this movie is the comedy, but also the character development in Shrek, as well as all the foreshadowing. But this proves that you can't come between Shrek and Fiona's love. It's just too strong. Number 2. 500 Days of Summer. I love this movie so much because it's Mark Webb. Duh. It also looks good visually, the cinematography is on point, and it's realistic. It ends with them not ending up together. It's also a guide on what not to do in a relationship or a situationship. Both sides are just plain dumb. Watching this movie, I just wanted to smack both of them. The girl tricks the guy, plays with his feelings, he falls for it and forgives her. Like, bruh, you're hurting yourself. Move on, forget about her. But it's still a beautiful movie. Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Zoe Deschanel, Deutsch. They played their characters so well, and personally I relate to this movie. And finally, number 1. 10 Things I Hate About You. This is my personal favorite rom-com ever. From the first watch to the 50th watch, it still hits to this day. The 90s filmmaking nostalgic style it hits today still. This movie is so timeless. Cinematography was just brilliant for its time. It makes you laugh, it makes you invested in every love interest. And again, like I said, it's funny and it's gonna make you laugh. If you haven't seen this movie, what are you doing with your life? Like seriously. It's a must watch. One of the best rom-coms ever. The late Heath Ledger's in it. Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Like so many great characters in a great cast. It's amazing. I love this movie. And I will watch it a million times. And that's it. This was my personal favorite rom-com list. It was my list, so I did not miss. There's so many others I could have mentioned, so I'm not gonna waste your time. I'm just gonna list them. It's a lot, so just write down those you haven't seen. Okay, so We Are Your Friends, The Amazing Spider-Man, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Hitch, The Perks of Being a Wallflower, Meet Joe Black, Friends with Benefits, Endings, Beginnings, Shallow Hal, Step Up 2, Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind, The Girl Next Door, Playing It Cool, Maid of Honor, What's Your Number, What Women Want, Just Like Heaven, John Tucker Must Die, To All the Boys I've Loved Before, Your Name, I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, That Awkward Moment, The Holiday, Valentine's Day, New Year's Eve, There's Something About Mary, Gigli, Life in a Year, Isn't It Romantic, Let It Snow, In Good Company, Jumping the Broom, Crazy Rich Asians, Think Like a Man, and Think Like a Man Too. That was That's about 36. Yeah. So that's it for the video. Like and share, subscribe, comment any romance movies that you've seen that you would recommend. Comment your favorite rom-com or romance movie. Stay tuned for more content, and till next time, God bless. Bye.